Hey guys, this is Crow and welcome to Promo Look At. These are basically going to be videos of promos that I'm going to be looking at for tabletop gaming. And today's promo that I'm going to be looking at is for Clank, a deck building adventure. And the promo that I'm going to be looking at is for the very first promo that came out for Clank, and that is the Dire Wolf, which actually has a pretty cool picture. And no, their first promo was not named after the Game of Thrones, because I know Game of Thrones is big, and this came out in 2016, but Dire Wolf is not based on Game of Thrones Dire Wolves. It's actually based on the team that actually made it, which is on the box. Renegade Game Studios is the one that I'm gonna say the distributor, and Dire Wolf is the team behind it that made the game. And their very first promo is actually their wolf logo, which I have to say looks like a bad dude. I mean, I love the artwork to the Dire Wolf. Now, a lot of people pretty much want to know, how did he come out? As far as I know, there's been 3 ways you can get him, and the one I know the most, because it's actually written on the card down here where it says Gen Con 2016. Yes, that is where this was actually given, as far as I know, to be more true. From what I know, I heard it was a promotional card that was actually given out for anybody who play tested the game during Gen Con 2016, or it was actually given to people for those who bought the game. I'm not too sure about it, because I wasn't at Gen Con, so I'm going by the internet, and the internet is saying all these things. Also, they did say that he came out in a magazine, but I'm not too sure what magazine that was, and I don't know much more about that. And the other one was that he came out in a Renegade Game Studios promo Santa Christmas box Santa gift. I'm not too sure about that one either, because the box is sealed and I never saw anybody open it, or there's really nothing about it. But I know they pretty much put it on the Game Boy Geek site as well, so that's another one. That's as far as I know. But other than that, what does Dire Wolf do? Is it worth getting? Well, I'm gonna say he's a companion, number 1. So he gets added to your team when you draw him, and that could give you a boost to anybody else who actually gives you a plus power, an extra draw, a plus power when it comes to having and owning a companion. So that's one good thing about him. Number 2 is that he gives you 1 point for purchasing items and 1 boot. So that's actually pretty good. As for number 3, at the end of the game, he does give you a score point of 1. So he does have a value of 1. So that's actually also pretty decent. There are cards that give you more points than that. But here's number 4. His buying price is actually 2, which is actually amazing, considering he gives you a boot, a 1 point for buying, and a 1 victory point. Now, the only thing that people might say, but there is one bad thing about him, and that's his effect. It's a double-edged sword, in my opinion, because the effect is for each monster available, including the Goblin, +1 Clank and +1 Sword. The Clank is what really is going to bother people about this card. And yes, if you buy him and you don't really have anything that kind of takes away your Clank, he's going to hurt you when the dragon attacks, because those, let's just say, the most he can have in the field is a +6. If there were 6 monsters in the selecting to buy cards, he will give you a +6 Clank, which will actually be very, very hard on you, because that's 6 damage that you might take if the dragon attacks. So if you want to avoid that, try to get cards that actually remove Clank from the board before it enters the bags. That's one of my recommendations for him. But the sword, if you do get a +6 to sword to attack, oh man, that is great. That's like wonderful. Now there's actually 2 more things that can make him even better, for the simple fact that if you do own the 2 expansions, Sunken Treasures, the Goldfish will give you a +7. instead of a +6. Let's just say if the whole field was filled of monsters. But if not, if it's just the goblin and the goldfish, that's still a +2. Same goes if you own the mummy's curse. The mummy actually counts for him as a +2 as well, because the goblin counts too, so that is +2 right off the bat. Yes, +2 Clank as well. So, is he worth it? If you are a big Clank fan and you really like the game like I do, then I would recommend getting the direwolf for Clank. Is he available though? I haven't seen him in eBay anymore, but he is still available on the Board Game Geek website. I'm not gonna say the store because I no longer see him in the store, but he is still available for like people who do sell it. So if you can contact one of them and they will sell it. The cheapest you can get him on this site as of right now is 8, so that's not bad. Would I say, oh, go ahead and pay 20 for it? I don't know, but there's a lot of people that actually do own this card. I mean, for anybody who's a diehard fan that wants to own every single promo, then yeah, go right ahead and get him. He's still cheap and he's not expensive, so that's a very good positive thing for him. Now, another good thing I'm gonna say before I end this is that he does fit in a plastic meant for Magic the Gathering or Pokemon. Not the Yu-Gi-Oh size, but Magic and Pokemon. So that's actually good that this card actually does fit in a plastic, the regular size plastic. So that's a +1 for me as well, because I do sleeve my cards, and anybody who likes to sleeve their cards, yes. And that is it for the direwolf. I mean, if you like that artwork, you should own them. Would I say go crazy and buy him just to make the game better? No, he doesn't make the game better. But if you like the artwork and you're a big fan of Clank, I would say go for it. With that being said, I got a special thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.